There's been so much chatter over the last several days about Patrol Point 14 in the Galwan Valley, but nobody has a clear visual sense of what Patrol Point 14 looks like. There are claims, there are counter-claims about Chinese disengagement and pullback. What do the images on the ground suggest? India Today, in this mega world exclusive, now gets you exclusive pictures of Patrol Point 14 from the 22nd of June. So join me on this journey. These are the key flashpoints across the India-China border. We're dealing currently with Galwan, which is where I'm about to take you in a short while from now. For some broad reference, this is the Daulat Beg Oldie Shok Road, and as you come up the Galwan Nala, this is Patrol Point 14. So the new images that I'm about to show you are from this area where the confrontation between the Indian and the Chinese armies took place. This is a Google Earth image that we've put out. We've now been able to access through satellite imagery company Maxar images from this area. What you see here first is an image taken on the 22nd of May, a month ago, where it's the same area. Look out for this V area. This V is going to be crucial over the next few minutes because that's where the entire story will play itself out. In this V, and I will now try and zoom so that you can see this very clearly, you see virtually nothing. There's a little bit of construction activity here. The riverbed is largely dry, but essentially there is nothing that's visible on the 22nd of May. This is 1 month ago. There's nothing that's visible. Let's now cut to the 22nd of June. This is through Maxar, the satellite imagery company. And as I zoom into this V, you will start seeing on this high resolution picture, and I can go as deep as you'd like me to, a Chinese build-up. So what we see here essentially is a sangar that's been created by the Indian Army. It's like a military fence of sorts. On this side, everything this side going towards the Shok River is India. This side is territory that China controls. Not just do we see these red-colored Chinese tents, what we're also seeing as we come down are vehicles. So some of them are trucks, some of them are JCBs. As I come down here, you can very clearly see a JCB here, you can see more JCBs here, you can see earth-moving equipment. What they're trying to do essentially is they're trying to enlarge this area so that their vehicles can pass through. This is a very high-resolution picture. You can see under the camouflage nets that have been put, more vehicles land up just alongside the mountain. And as I move, and remember this is a very high-resolution picture, so we're able to move all the way through where the picture goes. All of this are Chinese earth-moving equipment, Chinese trucks. Some of them are armored personnel carriers lined up here, not far at all from the line of actual control. So the line of actual control roughly runs from here. This is Patrol Point 14, where the confrontation between the Indian and the Chinese armies took place. You see a build-up. So we worked with Colonel Vinayak Bhatt, who's a military satellite imagery expert. We asked him to give us his analysis of what these images show, and I'll put them out on our screen right now. So if you see here, this is, as I told you, the Indian Sangar, the wall that's been built by the Indian Army. This is the Galwan River that goes in the image that I showed you from the 22nd of May. There was nothing which was visible over here. These are Chinese tops. So they've got they essentially have a mobilization still there. These are Chinese tents. This, remember, Maxar date of imagery, DOI, 22nd 6/2020. So this is just about a couple of days ago, which is a week after the confrontation. And if I come to the next image, this is just a little further down. I'll zoom in so that you can see it better. Here you go. As I come down, you can see bulldozers and cranes. So bulldozer 1, 2, 3. So bulldozers and cranes used for turning this into a more motorable road. You're also seeing blacktopping equipment over here. Blacktopping equipment, you can see charcoal trucks that have been lined up. Are they trying to make this a hard surface? At least that's what the equipment seems to suggest. I'll come to the next image. This, as you come down from that area, you can see they're cutting into the mountain. The reason for that is in some places you'll see the river, it's a very, very narrow valley. So the river actually runs in a way that it's very difficult to have enough space to move vehicles. So they're cutting into the river, so they find space to park their vehicles, to create tents, to create whatever military mobilization they want to. Where they're trying to break into the mountain, which for the kind of mountain valleys that there are in the Himalayan region, it's a dangerous thing to do, but the Chinese are notorious for these kind of actions. This is the image that we had from earlier. This is from Planet Labs, another satellite imagery company. This is what we showed you, the line of actual control. In red, here in this round is the Patrol Point 14, which was the side of the flash point. This side is the Indian build-up. This side is the Chinese build-up. And as I move and I show you here, there are some Indian mobilizations. So we're trying to do our own road construction, bring the road up till there. That's very clearly visible. We've got our own equipment. You can see as I zoom in over here, that's been lined up over here as we try and the good thing that's happened is that we are continuing with our own infrastructure development as well. But as you come down from the line of actual control, marked out in this red rectangle, you see all these Chinese vehicles. Yeah, just come here. You see all these Chinese vehicles, a convoy, a massive convoy of vehicles, earth-moving equipment, some of them structures lined up. And I have one more image in which I can show you an even bigger deployment. So this was further down. So first I showed you what was happening here. As you come further down the Galwan River, you can see an even bigger Chinese mobilization. So net, if you ask me, this is the 22nd of May, where there was nothing happening around Patrol Point 14. If you come and now, if you see what's happening, it's the same place. We've juxtaposed these images from a month ago to now. If you see, there's water in the river, but far more alarmingly, there's a build-up right at Patrol Point 14, which is now caught on camera and visible as clear as daylight.